I pride myself on my storytelling and that deep message behind things and the representations of different experiences or trying to capture moments through Aboriginal symbolism. I called my business Spirit and Soul Creations because when I paint, I feel like it sets my spirit free. It's soul satisfying, satisfies my soul when I paint. The good thing about the expression of interest process to me was that I wasn't limited to doing something specific to the area. It was encouraging you to tell your own story. I've known since mid-2022, so I had the time to come up with something, and it was something from here. Given the traditional hoop style that we had, I felt like I needed to do layers, so that's why it ended up being called Layers of the Land. So I felt like the easiest thing to do was all different elements of the land. Down the bottom we've started with sea country. Sea country, you know, it reminds us of deep thinking. We go through rough times and it's about riding that wave. You can sink or you can swim. Yeah, it's about getting through it and finding that deep sense of self and inner strength to pull you through things. Flat country gives us perspective, not only the visual spatial awareness, but, you know, so we can see what's also coming ahead of us. Stony country represents grounding. The stones sit in place for sometimes hundreds of thousands of years, and I can only imagine the deep energy that they hold from being connected to Mother Earth all the time, from being in that one place. So that's about, you know, thinking about grounding ourselves and just stopping and taking a moment and think about stepping stones, you know, take one step at a time. The hills represent, to me, also challenges, so overcoming challenges. You know, the waterways represent, you know, flow and direction and how important they are. Water is life. It's about being present, because water, with the current flow, if you put your hand in the water, you'll never touch that same piece of water again. So it's about making the most of the opportunity and the time that you've got, and using that as a bit of a life motto would be pretty cool. We've got here the footprints, which represent remembering who roamed the lands first, and that was our First Nations people. And then we've got here coming together as a team to spread the message. There's the message stick. Traditionally, our ancestors, the chief would create a message stick. He would summons the other chiefs and tribes to come in for important meetings and come together. And so that's why the message stick's important in there, you know, to represent communication around spreading this whole message. The U-shapes represent the people. We've got the darker coloured ones being the adults and the lighter colour ones being the children, and they represent us passing on the message to the future generations. The whole environmental message about, you know, looking after the land, looking after country and our waterways, as our ancestors did for over 60,000 years. Up here, we've got little windows of opportunity. The pattern there represents Aboriginal people and non-Aboriginal people coming together, working together, again, as a team to live in harmony with each other and the land, and also the animals. Got to think about the animals and the impact we have on them too. You know, we need to create a legacy, and a strong one and a positive one in regards to looking after and appreciating everything that is around us and respecting that and connecting with it. I think it's really important to gain that connection. And the bits down the side here represent shields of the whole message around this piece is that, you know, we need to protect these precious lands, waterways, animals. It doesn't matter which element it is, it's all of it, and every part of country is important. I'm excited that they'll be wearing the blue version in Darwin and then the white version the following week for the home game. I don't know, it just really hits home, I think, just to see it on the boys and to know that they're carrying a cultural message with them, and hopefully it just brings them joy and strength, and to be able to share my message to, you know, so many other people around that'll be watching.